He really came.
Welcome all to our Tales Grand Finale.
We're here, Crow.
Hard to believe it's been less than 3 weeks since we last met.
You're telling me. You all look so grown up now. All those ordeals you put yourself through have paid off in spades.
That's certainly one way to look at it. As much as I hate to admit it, I doubt we could win against you otherwise.
The trials we faced brought us together and made us stronger. I couldn't be more pleased with what we had to do to come this far.
I was finally able to move forward too, so yeah. I like to think I grew up a bit.
A lot of stuff's changed, but you guys ain't one of them.
And that's not all. We're here on behalf of Toa, Angelica, and George, too. I promised them I'd bring you back and force you to graduate with them. And it's a promise I intend to keep.
Oh man, give me a break. You're telling me you've done all that and it still hasn't dawned on you. Get it through your thick skull, it's not gonna happen.
That's not true, Crow. Those who are confronted with impossible odds can choose to react in one of two ways. Abandon hope and accept a pitiful fate, or cling to that hope and forge ahead, overcoming any and all that life throws their way. That's what it means to dream. Vida.
She's absolutely right.
Maybe we are just young and naive, but if anything, I feel that it was our youth and naivete that allowed us to come this far to begin with.
And we've done it without losing a single member along the way, carrying the hopes of everyone we've met with us. I'd say that's pretty amazing, wouldn't you?
And for that, I don't see any harm in dreaming of the tomorrow that we all want to come. No one can say that the chances of it happening are zero after all.
And all things considered, I'm in something of a difficult position as well. So I sincerely hope you don't think yourself some special snowflake compared to the rest of us.
Yeah, join the club. My background's all weird too, so spit it out. Tell us what you really want. You can deal with all the crappy stuff later.
Honestly.
You may have joined the Academy to stop people from working out your true identity, sure. But you made a big mistake by letting yourself get wrapped up with a bunch of softies like Class 7.
Yeah, no kidding. You guys would haunt me to the ends of the earth, wouldn't you?
My, what a touching spectacle. You work tirelessly to pursue the impossible together. You lose yourself in the passion of the moment. Innocence truly is the privilege of
Duke Cayenne.
Well, that's His Highness the Crown Prince. He's been blindfolded.
Have you no shame?
And what's that huge red thing behind him?
That's the Vermilion Knight, Testarossa. It was sealed away under the capital a long time ago, and it was responsible for countless calamities.
It's often referred to as the demon which wields 1,000 weapons. And to expand on what Emma said, the ones who supposedly sealed it away were Drycles the Lionheart and the Lance Maiden.
Ha ha! It certainly was. And the only ones capable of rousing it from its slumber are descendants of the Honor bloodline. Thus, why His Highness has so graciously chosen to cooperate with us.
Duke Cayenne, surely you realize how utterly disrespectful you are being.
I have a little dream of my own, you see. A dream my ancestor was unable to reach in his lifetime. One that I will make a reality in his place.
A dream?
What ancestor?
Wait, was this ancestor alive during the War of the Lions?
Precisely! Emperor Orthros Raisei Arno, born to the first of the Emperor's secondary wives, the daughter of a duke. He occupied Heimdall at the time of the War of the Lions, but fell to Drycles and became known as the False Emperor, and I inherit his blood.
Possible.
I had no idea that the Cayenne family would be descendants of the False Emperor.
Hardly a surprise. When the war came to a close, that truth was buried. I suppose it was Emperor Drycles' way of trying to avoid any further conflict among the nobles. But not a day, not one day in all these years has my family forgotten the sheer humiliation. And so I dreamed of a where I would take back the Vermilion Knight and this infernal castle. The proofs of ownership over this city that Emperor Orthros had disgracefully stripped away.
That's all?
You occupied Heimdall and started a civil war, and that's your reason?
Well, the Chancellor's death was desirable regardless, and the Society's diva provided invaluable assistance. The Imperial Liberation Front proved to be serviceable pawns. The Azure Awakener managed to awaken his knight. The time was right in all regards. Only a fool would idly watch this moment pass. I did intend to operate the Vermilion Knight myself, but as I feared, only those of direct descent are capable of doing so. And yet it matters not. I have everything I need to return this city to its original, rightful form as His Highness's guardian. And once my will is done, I shall restore order to Erebonia, returning it to the way it once was and always should have been. That is my ambition. My family's destiny.
What nonsense.
He doesn't care about anyone but himself.
I'm afraid I can't even pretend to care about your ambitions. It's not my place to decide how Erebonia should be run, and I'm not here to lecture you on your ancestors' transgressions.
Oh?
We have our own ambitions. We're here because we promised Princess Alvin and Prince Olivert that we would rescue their brother from your clutches. And if putting a stop to your dream is what it takes to save His Highness the Crown Prince, then that's exactly what we'll do.
You impudent little...
I think everyone has said their piece now.
You won't be going back on your word to let us handle this part, right?
Huh. Do as you wish. It should provide some light entertainment until the ritual is complete. I expect to be amused.
We could skip right to using our knights, but might as well savor the moment while we still can, right? So for the opening act, I'll fight you as I am now. Crow versus Class 7.
Crow.
Very well.
And I'll be fighting alongside him. Seeing as how you have the famed purple lightning with you, it wouldn't be much of a fair fight otherwise.
Aw, you flatter me. Sadly, I trust your idea of a fair fight about as much as I trust me missing a point-blank shot.
Oh, do excuse me. Emma, I want you to fight with everything you have. We'll see whether you have the resolve necessary to shoulder a witch's burden.
Don't worry, I will. Not because of the duty I've been given, but to demonstrate the limitless potential I've found within myself.
As the last remaining member and leader of the Imperial Liberation Front, I'm gonna make our very last fight one to remember.
And as the one tasked with guiding you to the end, I think it's time I did just that.
A combat link?
They can do that?
It makes no difference to us. Class 7, ready yourselves, because Combat Link or not, I know we'll triumph.
Right! This is it! Come at me with all you've got!
Witness the witchcraft of the Azure Abyss.
I'll handle it.
Here
we go! Ha! Here we go!
Now I'm having fun.
I'm impressed.
It's my turn! Great stars, answer to my voice, and heed my call! So
How about this?
turn to ice!
Here goes! Overdrive!
Okay. Foolish of me.
Not bad.
Absolute victory.
Nice fighting, Fee. Great!
Done. I feel
I've got it!
Oh my. I didn't see this coming.
What'd I tell you? Don't underestimate my classmates. They're a tough crowd for being all dreams and sunshine.
So they are.
Crow!
Vita!
Enough of this nonsense! I need not remind you how if you were to lose against them, our contract would...
Butt out, you.
I beg your pardon?
Alright, let's wrap this up. This is it, Rean. You ready for the finale?
Ready? I was waiting on you. Heed my call.
Valimar, the Ashen Knight!
Acknowledged.
This is a battle between Awakeners. None should interfere.
She's right. All we can do is watch.
It's frustrating to be unable to help. But if we must.
We'll just have to put our trust in Rean.
Is that the sword you forged from Zemirian ore? Pretty impressive. Guess I don't have to hold back anymore. What, you getting cold feet or something?
Yeah, I think I am. Regardless of whether I win or I lose, this is the end. And I can't help but get this nagging feeling like things will never be the same between us after this. I think that's what I'm afraid of.
Don't act so spoiled! The future you want is only gonna happen by making the most of the present. Whatever happened to dragging me back to the academy and forcing me to graduate?
You're right. This time, I'm not going to hold back. This isn't a fight for this nation's future. It's got nothing to do with our classmates. This is a fight for me. And right now, all that matters to me is surpassing you.
I wouldn't have it any other way. Divine Knights are all about power, pure and simple. You shouldn't have to think about your feelings. They should just be a part of you. And just as a blacksmith pours his soul into forging a stronger sword, you should use those feelings to strengthen your resolve. Okay, we've talked long enough. Let's go. I won't let anyone interfere. This is going to be our final battle.
That's exactly how I want it to be. We'll fight until we can fight no more. Until our strength runs dry and our souls burn out!
We're past talking now. Handle this? Time to get serious.
What's happening? My sword's reacting to it?
See? I knew you could do it. And now that we're even, let's settle this. You're on! Ah! Think you can handle this? Bring it on!
I can do this.
Hope you're ready! Darkness, freeze! Let's go! Gotcha! Hope you're ready! Bring it on! Gotcha! Let's go! Gotcha!
I can do this.
Bring it on! Gotcha! Think you can handle this? Gotcha! Hope you're ready! Let's go! Gotcha!
That's it. Just a little more.
Darkness, freeze! Gotcha! Hope you're ready!
No problem.
Gotcha! Think you can handle this?
No problem.
Darkness! So to the club!
No way!
He did it?
He won?
Yep, I think the victor is clear. The battle goes to Reen.
Yes, he did it!
He really won.
I'm so happy.
Unbelievable.
You fought splendidly, Reen.
Hey, get hold of yourself.
It's okay. I'm fine.
Reen!
Hey guys, thanks for believing in me. It means a lot.
Of course we did.
It was pretty nerve-wracking, though.
Still, I knew that you would be able to win if you put your heart into it.
Indeed. I felt the same way.
You two were in your own little world, you know.
True. I don't think we could have interfered even if we wanted to.
Where'd you pull all those cheesy lines from, anyway?
How inspiring. I won't let anyone interfere, and we'll fight until our souls burn out,
Have you ever considered, I don't know, reading the atmosphere?
Man, I love you kids.
You should take it easy for now. You've lost quite a lot of mana.
Honestly, it's got nothing to do with our classmates, he says. And then what does he do? He goes and pulls off Arcus links with them perfectly mid-battle. Kind of contradicting yourself, don't you think?
Yeah, maybe. I didn't do it on purpose, though. I just did it unconsciously. I guess all their feelings have become a part of me at this point. My classmates, Valamar's, probably even yours, Crow.
Now, isn't that something?
Form is emptiness. Emptiness is form. You reach the point where you can feel others as a part of yourself. Congrats on getting a glimpse of the true heights of swordsmanship.
No, it's a little hard to describe. It was almost as if I was dreaming. I just did it without thinking. I'm not sure I would be able to do the same thing again, to be honest.
You've got to be kidding me.
Oh, Reen.
Well, there's a letdown.
Honestly, I couldn't agree more.
Oh well.
Seems like you've still got a long way to go before reaching those heights, much like the rest of us.
Yeah.
Hey, you don't need to laugh that much.
I swear, there's no room for debate with you, is there? You beat me. Fair and square. Beyond a shadow of a doubt. Sorry about this, Vida. After you did so much for me, I ended up letting you down.
Oh, don't trouble your pretty head over that. True, this wasn't what I had in mind, but I'm perfectly content with happy endings.
What?
Enough of this! What is the meaning of this, witch? Do you mean to suggest that is all you intend to do?
Oh, I forgot he was there.
Duke Cayenne?
Yeah, same here. Totally forgot.
From the beginning, the Society's objective was to prepare this stage for its participants. I seem to recall telling you I had no interest in anything other than the battle between Azure and Ashen. Did you forget, perhaps? Vida?
But what was the point in this battle to begin?
Silence! You will be silent! If that's how you want to be, then I'll simply have to do things my own way!
He can't mean...
Wait! Don't do it!
Come now, Your Highness. The time has come to rule with force. Let the ancient Arnor blood course feverishly through your veins.
No! Please! Please!
Your Highness! You monster! How could you?
No! It sucked him in.
What the?
No, this can't be.
The calamity that appeared 250 years ago, with Testarossa as its core.
The Vermilion Apocalypse.
Master Patrick, stay on guard!
It's as if something is being taken away from us. But what?
That load of good swords are gonna do against whatever this is.
Well, don't just stand there. You know some way to deal with this, don't you?
Don't look at me! No, I guess this is no time to be feigning ignorance. These red spirit veins around us are meant to siphon mana. Focus your energy and stay vigilant, and you should be able to mitigate the effects to some extent.
I see.
Makes sense.
In that case, everyone, take a deep breath and gather your energy in your abdomen.
And stay focused. This isn't over yet.
Yes, sir!
What is that? Vermilion wings? Full power to all engines! Assess the situation in the surrounding area from above.
Right!
Courageous! All engines at maximum output!
Oh, Adios, please watch over them.
By Adios!
If only Misty were here!
This isn't looking good.
It isn't. But the best thing we can do is keep faith.
The time to prove themselves has come, it seems.
Dear.
Everyone, please be safe.
Oh, the Vermilion Demon Lord, the demonic god with 1,000 weapons, the absolute ruler, given form by Emperor Orthros 250 years ago!
What power! No! At this rate, the protective field isn't going to last much longer. You fool! This was the one thing I forbade you to do!
Vita, can you help me make an opening?
An opening? With that enhancement technique?
Yep, the same one you used on me in that trial 3 years back. You think it'll work?
It's worth a try.
Crow?
You got something in mind?
I think so. Vita and I are gonna try to make an opening so you can get closer. Once we've done that, try and hold out against it as much as you can.
You can do that?
If you can, please do.
We're done for if we don't try something. So I say go for it.
Still, it sounds like all that's going to do is delay the inevitable.
We're going to need something more decisive to turn the tides in our favor.
Of course. The Divine Knights.
If you combine their strength, we could actually make it through this thing.
Now you think. If we can hold out till they've recovered a good chunk of mana, victory's as good as ours. After that, all we gotta do is separate the core, Crown Prince Cedricson, from the rest of the body.
No sweat! We can do this!
Right. Without him, it shouldn't be able to remain in this dimension any longer.
Not like we got any better options.
Okay, let's go. Vita, Crow, we're counting on you.
Leave it to us.
We won't disappoint. Brianos, Celine, would you two mind helping?
Fine if I have to.
azure breath which arises from the abyss. Reside within his blade and cleave through the vermilion flames.
Take this! Deadly Cross!
Now's our chance!
Class 7, let's go!
Right!
Stay calm. We can get through this.
My turn! My turn!
I'll handle it. Near
Witness the Bishop! Checkmate!
This one looks dangerous. Be careful. Okay. Great stars, answer to my voice and heed my call. Show me out of way.
Let's move! Here goes!
Overdrive!
Now's our chance! Let's go, everyone!
Alright! Righto! Yeah!
Here I go! My turn!
Bad idea!
Okay.
Let's move!
Gotcha! Yes, sir! Arcus, activate!
It's my turn.
Here I go! Now's our chance!
My apologies for the delay.
Right.
My regeneration is complete as well. Climb inside, Crow.
Alright, let's do this!
at its core, with the Crown Prince in it. I'll clear a path. You focus on rescuing. Got it! Crow! I'm fine. It barely scratched me. You're the only one who can save him now, so don't you dare look back! Right!
8 leads, 1 blade, 7 forward. And Linen's domination!
He's exhausted, but his life doesn't appear to be in any danger.
Yeah, he's lost a lot of mana, but nothing that would prove fatal. He'll be alright with some rest. Oh, thank goodness.
That's a relief.
That's our mission complete. We recovered the other one of this nation's greatest treasures.
This can't be.
I can't believe how wrong this has gone. I can't imagine the Grandmaster is going to be very pleased with me when I get back.
The Grandmaster?
That's Ouroboros' leader, right?
The very same. The only absolute figure to we Anguis, the supreme existence carrying out the Orpheus final plan, who will guide the souls of all.
The souls of all?
I don't get it. So that's why you broke the taboo and left 7 years ago.
That's right. I became a guide for the second part of the Grandmaster's plan, known as the Phantasmal Blaze Plan, a plan to use the Hollow Phantasm in Crossbell to awaken the blaze in the Empire. Regardless, thanks to you and Crow, I was able to advance it. Crow?
I can't sense any mana from inside.
And that vast hole.
That must be from where he was pierced during the battle.
No!
Crow?
This isn't happening.
I'll heal you right away! Help me, Celine. I'm on it! Luxurium Securi Eum!
Man, same place I shot Osborne, too. Karma's a bitch, huh?
Crow, you don't have to talk.
Sorry, Reen. Looks like I won't be able to keep that promise after all. Till Angelica and George are gonna have to.
It's okay. It doesn't matter right now.
We need to stop the blood!
It's hopeless, isn't it?
I'm afraid so. He's been pierced through the heart. Even our witchcraft won't be enough. The most I can do is make it as painless as possible.
It's not working.
Thanks, Emma. And you, Kitty. At least this way, I can say my goodbyes.
Crow? No.
No, don't talk like that. I swear, you're such a spoiled kid sometimes. Elliot, that concert was really fun. Keep on loving music. As much as I loved yours. Elisa, try and get along with your mom. Alright? You've got your differences. But at least she's still alive to talk to you.
Okay. Okay.
Machias, Eustace, stay good rivals for one another, okay? The Empire might change with the times, but you two should always be the same.
Of course we will. I refuse to accept him as a friend, but I'll accept him as a worthy rival.
Laura, Fee, Gaius, Millium, a lot's happened this past year, but I really enjoyed getting to know you, so thanks.
We should be the ones thanking you.
It's been fun for me, too.
You've been a wonderful classmate and comrade. Thank you for everything.
I know I'm an Ironblood, but it was real fun for me, too.
Sarah, thanks for everything. These last 2 years, and Vita. A lot's happened between us. But I'm glad I had you there.
You were as much of a model student as I was a model teacher. But still.
I should be the one thanking you.
Hey now. What's with the long faces?
What?
You're all going to be in for some tough times ahead. I can't go any farther now. But you can. So keep going forward. Relentlessly. Without looking back. As long as you do, I'm sure.
No! This can't be happening.
That fool.
Students aren't supposed to have to die before their instructors.
Spare me the sentimental drivel! Damn it all! How could I lose the Azure Chevalier at a time like this? Why must I be surrounded by nothing but disappointments? And that goes for you too, witch, and your useless society!
How dare you!
What do you think you're doing?
I gave him my favor, and this is how he chooses to repay me? By standing in the way of my ambition? I should never have wasted my time on that waif from a fallen country to begin with.
You utter scum.
Please, don't speak of him that way.
You're terrible.
Duke Cayenne, you will unhand him. If you continue this shameful behavior a moment longer, then I will be forced to respond in kind.
Your part in this is over, witch.
Vita! Grianos?
Rufus?
What's he doing here?
Oh, of course! I still have you! Thank goodness you're here, Rufus! You did come to help me, didn't you?
As a commoner might put it, in your dreams.
What?
Target in sight.
What are you?
Target restrained.
What's going on?
What's she doing?
Well done. You've behaved disgracefully toward the Imperial family and brought a calamity upon the innocent people of the capital. We may both fly the banner of the Noble Alliance, but I'm afraid I can't turn a blind eye to your misdeeds any longer. As the Alliance's Chief of Staff and a citizen of Erebonia, I hereby place the two of you under arrest.
No!
I see. It all makes sense now. I thought something was amiss about you from the very beginning. I just couldn't work out where you had gotten that girl from the Black Workshop. But it seems that all this time, you were just waiting for your chance, weren't you?
Why, whatever do you mean?
Vida?
None of this is making any sense.
Oh, I get it now.
Milliam?
What do you get? Oh boy. I feel really stupid now. I can't believe it took me this long to figure out. You're one too, right?
Yeah, it sure looks that way.
Thank you for rescuing His Highness.
Yeah, sounds like things were a real mess in here.
Captain Claire? Captain Arundel?
Wait, then...
Now I get it.
It can't be. All this time, you were an Ironblood?
The group's primary member, in fact. Though that secret was, until very recently, kept between myself and His Excellency the Chancellor. The others knew there was a primary member, but were never told who it was.
Pretty much what he said. You should have seen my face when I found out earlier.
Wow, even you couldn't figure it out?
What is the meaning of all this? The successor to one of the four great houses is the former Chancellor's protege? Why? Your high position in the Noble Alliance was secure. It was only a matter of time before you became the next Duke Albarea. Why reveal this now? What could you possibly have to gain from professing your allegiance to a dead man?
He would gain nothing, which is why it's rather fortunate I'm very much alive.
Ah! No!
No way.
Impossible.
Gramps?
I'm pleased to see you again, Milliam. Greetings to you as well, Class 7. And to your esteemed instructor. And to you, Your Grace.
You! How are you still alive?
How indeed. Perhaps the years have dimmed your eyesight, or perhaps I had a body double. Whatever the truth may be, I think that's the least of your worries right now. All you need to know is that our loyal ally, Rufus Albarea, will be bringing the situation in Erebonia under control. And he'll do so with minimal conflict, while ensuring that the Noble Alliance's power is deeply diminished. That was the task I entrusted to him, and in that he shall not fail me.
As ever, it's an honor to serve you, Your Excellency.
This is a dream. This has to be a dream.
As obsessed as Crow was with making it happen, I had a feeling all along you weren't really dead.
Did you really now?
You made it quite clear that you were someone not to be underestimated, back when we were working with you regarding the situation in Liberl.
I'm afraid I haven't a clue what you're talking about.
I'm amazed you can say that with a straight face.
You're referring to those steam tanks and dealing with the aftermath of the Hamel incident, I take it?
But I could never have predicted you would have taken a branch of the 13 factories under your control. What exactly do you plan to do?
Is that not obvious? I'm taking over that phantasmal Blaze plan of yours, and my first order of business will be sorting out the mess you left in Crossbell. I'll allow you to leave this time, Witch. Slink back to your master and the rest of that brood of serpents, and tell them if they even think of trying to stand in my way, I'll crush them beneath my heel.
Vita? Wait!
I'm sorry you had to see me like that. Give my regards to the Elder. And I'm sorry for the trouble I've caused you all. Please, take good care of Crow for me.
You...
Vita.
She could have at least given us a chance to speak as well.
You've all done excellent work. Icy Maiden, White Rabbit, Scarecrow, and you, Jade.
Thank you, Your Excellency. I'm overjoyed to see that you're alive.
Can't say I honestly thought you were dead in the first place.
Well, if anyone could survive being shot through the chest, it'd be you, so I did wonder.
I don't imagine you intend to reveal your secret to cheating death, do you?
And rob you of such a splendid conundrum to puzzle over. This castle will return to its original form within a few hours, but our work is far from over. I'll be giving all of you new assignments. As always, I expect only the best from each of you.
Yes, Your Excellency.
Man, things are about to get busy.
I wonder what I should do.
Rufus, I want the situation here resolved within the week. As soon as you have things under control, move forward with the occupation of Crossbell.
What?
With pleasure, Your Excellency.
I'm not trying to tell you the Chancellor was evil or anything. Still, there's no denying that he managed to outwit my grandfather. I'd say it's fairly normal for a student to want to avenge his master's defeat, wouldn't you? Man, same place I shot Osborn, too. Karma's a bitch, huh?
Here we go. Rain, don't!
That's really not a good idea!
Why? Why are you still alive? Crow shot you! You're supposed to be dead! He couldn't avenge his grandfather. He didn't get revenge on you. Was everything he did? Was his whole life for nothing?
Rean. Rean.
That's enough. Just as you have your reasons that guide your actions, so too does His Excellency. And I believe you factor into those reasons more than you might think.
What?
Rean, I pray you grow up strong and healthy. Oh, Adios, if you're listening, hear me now. Please allow this child... I see you finally remembered the truth. I'm glad to finally see you again, my son. You've grown into a fine young man. Indeed, the Empire will soon know of the Ashen Chevalier, the hero whose brave deeds allowed us to reclaim the capital. And who better to assist me than a national hero?
have been hit! Sir, you can't compete with airships and train like this! Oxidants might be powerful, but they're still tanks!
We don't have to! Just focus on defense! The others will take care of destroying them!
Are they the Empire's new weapons? How can we compete with something so mobile? There's nothing to fear!
They may be mobile, but they're a damn sight easier to handle than that purple devil of Crossbelt. What the? Huh? Ah! Incoming at 3 o'clock! What the hell?
Is that?
The Ashen Chevalier, the hero of the Imperial Army.
The area beyond here is Imperial territory. You have no business treading into Crossbell. That was a warning. Try to advance any farther, and I will show no mercy.
All units retreat! We're returning to the outskirts of Altair!
Wow! You're amazing! I knew you were the one who ended the Civil War, but seeing you up close, you're really something else!
Not at all. I'm still fairly inexperienced, if you ask me. Recover the wounded and any POWs and return to Tangram Gate. Just remain vigilant until the speech is over.
Yes, sir!
It's now March, 1205 of the Septian calendar. Over 2 months have passed since the Azure Tree vanished. So much happened during those months. President Croix was arrested, Crossbell's movement for independence was promptly declared invalid. And before anyone could process what was going on, Speaker McDowell became Mayor McDowell. The war in Erebonia came to an end sooner than anyone had anticipated, but it was quickly followed by the invasion of Crossbell. Corellia Fortress, which once served as the only physical link between the two nations, was no more. But that proved to be little more than a temporary setback for the Imperial Army, who acted by flying hundreds of tanks over the state from a vast airship. In no time at all, Crossbell was occupied. The Calvard Republic, which had been wrapped up in its own share of chaotic internal disputes, finally reacted to Erebonia's bold invasion in turn. It began with sending its cutting-edge armored airborne divisions into Crossbell, hoping to force the Empire out of the region completely. But every attempt they made resulted in failure, as they were repelled effortlessly by one soldat after another. And today, at Orcus Tower, the new seat of Crossbell's government, the new rulers of Crossbell rose to deliver a rousing speech.
Friends and citizens, it brings me great pleasure to stand here among you once again. But even in the midst of such gladness, the specter of the harm Crossbell has visited upon the Empire lingers still. The destruction of Garrelia Fortress and the ensuing civil war it caused has taken a great toll in resources and in lives. The anger, sorrow, and dismay in the hearts of the Erebonian people is still fresh, still too near. But today is a joyous day, a day to put the troubles of the past behind us. Let us join hands and step boldly into the future. Anger and grief behind. Challenges will rise before us, but together we shall meet them. Together, we can rise above the tumult of these troubled times. Men and women, old and young, rich and poor, those from every walk of life can share in these aspirations. Looking toward that goal, there is someone I'd like to introduce to you today. A brilliant young man who played a pivotal role in bringing Erebonia's civil war to its swift conclusion, and the individual most responsible for the historic accomplishment that sees me standing before you today. The first Governor-General of Crossbell, Lord Rufus Alberea.
Greetings, friends. It truly lifts my spirits to be here among you. I'm honored to have been entrusted with the profound responsibility of acting as Crossbell's first Governor-General. As I'm sure you're all aware, the division between the nobility and the common people is a long-standing part of Erebonian life. Personally, I stand in support of our class system, but I fully expect that one day it will fade away. After all, if each citizen of the Empire conducts themselves with the courage, dignity, and grace expected of a noble, then what difference would remain between myself and any of you? As I hope for that day, allow me to speak not only as your Governor-General, but as an individual when I say, in the name of His Imperial Majesty, Emperor Eugent III, I hereby proclaim the annexation of Crossbell into the Erebonian Empire.
May the goddess above stand witness, and may she forever bless Erebonia and Crossbell with the light of prosperity.
We've got some real larger-than-life characters in charge of us now. Sure, the Imperial Chancellor's intimidating, but he's so charismatic that the people eat up his every word. They love the guy. I can see why he's the bee's knees over in Heimdall.
The new Governor-General's something else too, albeit for different reasons. He's... how to put this? Difficult to hate. Like, he'd tell you to do something, and the next thing you know, you'd find yourself doing it just to see him crack a smile.
Well, Alberea is the name of one of the top noble houses in the Empire. Top 2, even. Not surprised that the heir of such an affluent family would be popular. But it feels like there's more to him than that.
That's what gets me, though. Those two were on completely opposite sides during the war. So why are they both so buddy-buddy now? Very oddly sudden, in my opinion.
You're telling me. I By the sounds of things, Erebonians can't make heads or tails of what's going on with it either. But you know how it is. There's so many rumors springing up thanks to the war, it's hard to tell truth from fiction.
Yeah, I've even heard about a 1,000-arch tall castle appearing in the capital. I mean, that's gotta be made up, right? There's no way something like that's real.
You've got a real short memory if you think that's bull. The Azure Tree wasn't that long ago, you know.
Point taken.
Yes, this is the office of the Crossbell Times. What? Representative McDowell will be issuing a statement.
Sounds like something big's happening behind the scenes already.
I'll get to gathering some info on what's happening for our international section. Calvard's probably got some good stuff.
Works for me. Gotta use those connections of yours for something, after all.
Well, see you later.
Our independence came and went like bubbles on the water, and now we aren't even a state anymore. We're in for some tough times ahead. No, they always say that the pen is mightier than the sword. I won't let those guys outdo me. Chief, let me handle that story.
That's all we of Heiue can do for you, I'm afraid. The guards have been given a little incentive to stay out of your way. You should face no more obstacles in your operation.
Thanks, Sal.
Think nothing of it. It's my pleasure to play all the cards I can. The place you're aiming for is where all the information in Crossbell gathers, as well as its Achilles heel. What you're doing does us no shortage of favors, I'll have you know.
Well, just this once? I'm happy to hear that.
Do take care, Yin. My apologies. Risha. I've received information that quite a skilled warrior is in Crossbell at the moment.
As have I. Nonetheless, thank you for your warning.
Oh, not at all. I wouldn't want anything happening to a valuable future business partner. I believe that does it for me. I'll be praying for your success.
He's being awfully cooperative, isn't he? Then again, it's not a stretch to think he's only doing it because he's got something up his sleeve.
He's an incredibly shrewd man. Most likely, he's happy to do whatever will shine the most favorable light on him once Crossbell's occupation period is over.
True enough. He wouldn't want to screw up his chance to potentially play mediator between Crossbell and the Republic. I get the feeling he'd get along great with Lecter. He's our ally for now, but there's no guarantee how long that'll last.
Exactly. It's in our best interest to remain wary of him. Still, if working with him helps protect those I care about most, then I'll gladly do so.
Likewise. Tio said to aim for the area up ahead. Crossbell's future rests in our hands. So let's get moving.
Right.
Alright, we're in a good place!
Right!
The Aragog dance, an illusory offering to departing souls.
Sleep, embraced by silver light! Rise!
Let's keep moving.
The advantage is ours! Right!
Rising Sun! I'm still up for more.
Allow me. This'll only take a moment. Right. Ha! Now!
Gotcha! My turn!
Allow me. Arcus, activate!
My turn! I'm still up for more. That was some fight.
This sector has been abandoned for quite some time. It's not hard to imagine why so many powerful monsters settled in here. What amazes me more is just how much these Arcus orbments are capable of.
Yeah, they'll be a real asset to us in the future. They're so modern, they're practically still in testing over at the Empire.
I miss the variety of arts I could use before, but in terms of balance, they're much more suited for combat than our Enigma 2s.
Well, Erebonia's always had the upper hand on military technology, if nothing else. We should count ourselves lucky that Michel got his hands on them for us. On that note, we should also count ourselves lucky for being able to utilize them so well. I don't think we've had a single problem linking up.
I admit, it's a strange feeling. It's as if we knew everything there was to know about one another, through and through. Almost as if our bodies became one.
How, poetic. Sort of like how you perform with Elia on stage, right? That's like being one, in a sense.
Now that you mention it, you could put it that way, yes. At this point, however, I doubt I would even need one of these to match my movements to hers in battle. So this is what the Geofront's E sector looks like. This one supposedly had its existence hidden from the general public, didn't it?
That's what Ellie said anyway. It was kept sealed off to keep everything inside strictly confidential. Corrupt officials and Diet members used it to conceal any information they didn't want leaking out. She did add that it wasn't its only use, though.
I see. Not the kind of place we can just leave as it is, then.
Yeah. We need to make our way through here, whatever it takes. Ready to give it everything we've got?
Of course.
Alright, we're in a good place! Right. I'm still up for more.
The advantage is ours! Prepare yourself!
Here goes!
Allow me! There! Now!
Gotcha! Here goes!
Allow me! Now!
Gotcha!
Prepare
prepare.
Here goes! Alright, we're safe now.
This is so... The advantage is ours. Prepare yourself. Shatter! An opening!
Gotcha! Here goes! Take this! Now!
This is my chance! Prepare yourself. Let's keep moving.
Oh, found a chest.
Commencing subjugate right. Now!
Gotcha! Here goes! Now!
This is my chance!
We're done! Nice knowing you've got my... This duct really is narrow.
What's wrong?
Nothing. Nothing at all. I might not be able to see anything, but this is pure torture. Oh, found a chest. Oh, found a chest. Oh, found a chest. Bring it on!
Allow me.
Right.
Prepare yourself. An opening.
Gotcha!
There! An opening.
Gotcha! My turn!
Allow me. You fiend! Let's keep moving.
That takes care of them. Hope I didn't end up dragging you down any.
There was never any chance of that. I can't think of anyone else who could go through the things you did and come out stronger than ever. You should be more confident, Lloyd.
There's no way I could have gone through it all alone, though. I've still got a ways to go as a detective, too. And when you think about all the obstacles we've got waiting for us, I'm nowhere near at all.
I wouldn't say that.
Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying I've got no confidence in my own ability. It's important to be able to give an honest assessment of your own strengths and weaknesses. When it comes to pure strength in combat, Randy and Noelle clearly come out on top. With processing information, it's Tio, Yona, and Fran. And in terms of negotiation tactics, I can't compare to Ellie or the Chief either. If we don't make good use of our respective strengths, we're not going to be able to get through what's ahead. We might not all be able to stay in the same place anymore, but we still need to be able to work together.
Oh, they've started keeping a watch on everyone then?
Yeah, I think Randy was the first one. After that, Ellie and Noelle started being watched. If it weren't for Tio's help, Kia and I would probably be in trouble too.
Is Kia still with Arios and Shizuku?
Yeah, Arios is looking after both of them. They should be okay for the time being. But if the Imperial Army sets their eye on them, things could get nasty. It's okay. The reason we're here is to try and avoid coming to that. We best get moving. We've still likely got a ways to go.
True.
Oh, found... Bring it on! My turn!
Right! Shadow! The battle's over, but we aren't safe yet.
Commencing subjugation.
Here goes!
Take this! Now! This is my chance! Right! Shadow! An opening!
Gotcha!
Right!
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 My turn!
This is nothing. Activate!
Right!
Prepare your an opening!
Gotcha! Right!
Prepare.
I'm still up for more. All right. So far, so good.
I suppose.
Is something wrong?
I just have a bad feeling about something. I'm sorry. It's probably just my imagination.
So you say, but those bad feelings of yours usually pan out to be accurate. I've had my life saved by them enough times to know that. If it weren't for you, I'd have probably died on one of those landmines. Or been hit by that sniper.
I'd forgotten all about those. I have much less of an idea what the cause of this one could be, though. I only have a general, vague sense that something dangerous is drawing near.
Could it be that skilled warrior Sal mentioned earlier?
It might be. If all we were dealing with was a skilled warrior, I'm sure I'd be able to take care of them. This, though, whatever it is, it feels far beyond my capabilities. I'm probably not making much sense, am I?
No, it's okay. Even the warning alone is appreciated. Rishia knows how to keep her cool in a crisis better than anyone I know. What we're up against has even her on edge. I need to work on kicking my instincts up a notch or two. At least so they're as good as guys. Well, according to the data Tio gave us, we should be over halfway through by now. Let's just stay alert. If we don't know what we're up against, all we can do is try and be prepared for anything.
Agreed. An elevator. Our destination must be down below.
Yeah, let's try and unlock it.
What a nice treasure chest. This is almost uncomfortable. Wary of that mob. I will overcome. Allow me.
Right. I'm still up for more.
What a nice treasure chest. That's the first lock done.
Careful! That one looks tough. This is a tight fit. Oh, found a chest.
That's 2 locks done. Let's head back to the elevator. Lloyd, I think we're here.
Yeah, we finally reached the end.
Oh my, this facility would be the center of Crossbell's orbital network, yes?
In a way, the overall structure is far too complex for this to unambiguously be its center. But it's a good chunk. Either way, if the Imperial Army took it over, they'd have instant access to all info related to us on the net. Every Crossbell citizen's personal data, records on our financial transactions, even the layout of the whole geofront. If we want to have any hope of a future, we can't allow that to happen.
I agree. Why not just destroy the facility itself, though?
We could, I guess. But from what I can gather, it could still prove useful to us once the net's safely back in our hands. So the plan is to leave the hardware itself intact, but wipe any and all personal data the Army could take advantage of.
And that's where that initialization unit Teal made comes in.
Right. Roberts and Yona were the ones who actually designed it, though. They wrote the program for it from scratch, too. And that makes things easy on our end. Once we boot up the computer, it'll create a backup of everything we need before wiping it clean.
Initialization unit activated. Confirming connection to Terminal 0. The unit will commence backing up all data, initializing the system, followed by performing a reboot operation. Are you certain you wish to continue? If so, please press the red button at the center of the unit to proceed.
Right.
Commencing all required processes.
Nicely done, Lloyd.
It's not like I did anything special. It's funny. Ordinarily, this kind of work would take hours. This unit will let us get in and out in 10 minutes flat. Those two never cease to amaze, do they?
Roberts and Yona? They certainly are impressive. In the meantime, let's secure the area.
Stop where you are.
I didn't sense anyone coming.
Targets confirmed. I presume these must be Lloyd Bannings and Rishia Mao, respectively.
How do they know our names? Hold on. Isn't that Itachi? Like the one Arios uses.
I'm nowhere near as proficient with one as he is, though. But we should be able to handle the two of you at least.
Clown Soleus.
The hell?
A black puppet?
Sorry, but we've got our orders. We can't let you finish what you came here for.
I'm afraid we can't let you stop us either.
We won't let you past.
Confirming activation of combat link.
It looks like more Arcus units ended up leaking out than I thought. We should form one too, then.
Understood. Activating Arcus.
There shouldn't be any need to neutralize them. Our goal is to buy enough time for the initialization process to finish running. Let's do this, Rishia!
Right.
And we can't afford to give them that time, Altina.
Understood. Commencing assault. I require your support, Link.
Right. Let's get this over with.
Allow me.
Behold my dance.
Here goes! Here I go! Overdrive!
Rising sun! Prepare yourself. Activate!
My turn! Second floor! Damn!
Allow me. Now!
Overdrive! Right! Rising sun!
Allow me. Opening.
Gotcha!
Allow me. Opening. Come with me, Lloyd.
Right!
Right. Now.
Gotcha! Here goes!
Prepare your. Now. Come with me, Lloyd.
All right!
Mission failed. But how?
Nice knowing you've got my back, Rishia.
Bad team, are we?
I'm surprised. I knew full well Risha would pose a threat, but I wasn't expecting half as much from a simple detective.
You could say it runs in the family. I'm just as impressed by how proficient you are with that blade, given your age.
I've still got a long way to go, honestly. I won't be worthy of being called a divine blade anytime soon.
Rin, time is running short. I think it's time you stopped holding back.
I suppose you're right.
What?
Be careful!
What's he doing?
Such negative energy.
Initialization process completed. Rebooting all systems in an initialized state.
We did it!
What a relief.
What should we do?
Captain Lecter gave us two orders. One was to prevent the initialization. The other was only to be completed in the event we couldn't. We'll just do that one.
Captain Lecter!
It couldn't be the same Lecter from the Imperial Army's Intelligence Division, right?
Heed my call! Valamar! The...
Holy...
An ion. No, it isn't.
Wait, no!
Lloyd!
We can at least get the data out of here.
We'll split our losses this time. Arrest warrants haven't been issued for either of you yet. So go.
Damn it. Just tell me one thing, as I'm sure you already know. My name is Lloyd Bannings, and I'm a police detective with the Crossbell State Police Department. What's your name?
I'm with Thor's Military Academy, Class 6. No. I'm a provisional military officer with the Crossbelt government. Rean Schwarzer. Yes, this is Schwarzer speaking.
Hey, good job on the mission.
Nothing good about it, I'm afraid. I couldn't prevent them from erasing all the data.
It's not the end of the world. You've still got plenty of other options. They're not the type to give up easily, but it'll set them back in the meantime.
Is that so, Captain? You must know them fairly well.
I guess you could say that. They're no pushovers. They've had the odds stacked against them in more ways than I can count, but they've come out the other side every time.
I'm so sorry I couldn't do anything. I had a feeling something was going to happen. But I was powerless when it really did.
Don't feel bad. There was no way we could have seen that coming, especially that night. It was kind of like an ion, but at the same time it wasn't. Or like the Archaisms, for that matter. He called it the Ashen Night, didn't he?
He did. Its power was out of this world. Do you think that was one of the Imperial Army's new weapons, too?
I don't think so. I mean, yeah, it shares some similarities with their soldats. I don't know. Feels like there's more to it than that. And its pilot was anything but normal. Let's put it out of our minds for now. We stopped that data from falling into the Army's hands. Wasn't our smoothest operation. I'd still call it a success. I'm sure Tio, Yona, and Roberts can make do even without those terminals. We can always count on Ellie, Randy, Noel, the Chief, and Dudley too. Even Kia, Arios, Wazi, and Zeit will help us. There are still many barriers left between us and our goals. But we can get over them. So long as we're together.
Right.
You heading back then?
That's the plan. I've played my part. I'll return with Valimar and the train this afternoon.
Well, if that's what you want to do. I was just wondering if you wanted to go back on the Eisengraft together instead. You two haven't spoken since, right?
Excuse me.
This is where we part ways then. I look forward to any collaborative efforts we may have in the future.
Yeah. Oh, right. Do you have anything you want me to pass on to Millium?
Not especially. We may technically be sisters, but I am simply a tool. I feel no particular familial bond with her. I imagine that deep down, she feels the same way.
Yeah, but no. Forget it. Take care, okay? I don't doubt you're going to be sent on plenty of dangerous missions in the days to come.
Understood? Is something wrong?
Not really. I'm just kind of jealous of them, I guess. Sorry about that, Valimar. Can't imagine it was a very pleasant trip for you, all bound up like that.
It did not present a problem. I will now have Dren in active state and allow the mechanics to perform maintenance.
Thanks. Well then, I'll leave him with you.
Sure thing. We'll take good care of him.
By the way, it's a real honor to be entrusted with the famous Ashen Knight.
Welcome back, Rean. You must be exhausted.
Not really. I barely did anything. Everything went off without a hitch, mostly thanks to Valimar's power. Not to mention the planning of your people.
You're annoyed, I take it, by the way we do things.
Not really. Regardless of the means, the war coming to a swift end was a good thing for everyone. As for what happened to Crossbell, I'm not in any position to talk. No, those aren't what bother me. I can buy that you had no idea Rufus was an Ironblood, but did you really not know about my real father?
I didn't have any hard evidence, but I did suspect that might be the case. You just seemed somehow similar. The air about you, your facial features. I was always puzzled by how fascinated he was by your class as well.
I see. Excuse me then.
Right. That wasn't the only reason I worried about you, you know. Not that I could possibly tell him that.
I'm behaving like such a child. It's hard to believe it's been a whole month since I was here last. Guess it didn't snow after all. It's not like the excitement of that day has faded away or anything. So why? Why do I feel so cold? Huh? Oh, Lino flowers.
Welcome back, Rean.
Welcome back.
What are you doing standing there? It's not like you to wallow in nostalgia. Did the flowers get to you?
You all came to see me.
They started budding just yesterday. Should be in full bloom in about a week.
Guess some of them couldn't wait.
I guess not. It's good to be back, you guys.
Agreed. We're all so happy to see you again.
You must be wiped out after all you did, though.
I'm fine, actually. It really wasn't that tough. Still, did all of you really come out here just to welcome me back?
Why wouldn't we?
It's not like we second years have any lessons to worry about this time of year.
Besides, I already had to come out here because of Valimar, so I figured I might as well say hi to you too.
Technically, the first years are supposed to be in class right now, but I turned it into a self-study period instead. And that was only possible because everyone's favorite captain told us exactly when you'd be arriving.
Really now? It's nice to see you here too, Celine.
Well, don't think I went out of my way to be here or anything, but given the way that you were acting when you left, I was a little worried about you. I mean, I wasn't. Not at all.
Still, thanks everyone.
So what now? Going back to your dorm for some well-earned rest?
We can carry your stuff for you if you want.
No, I'm fine. You said that class is in session right now, right? I'm a student, so I might as well attend. I mean, I have been absent for a month now.
Wow, you're no fun at all. I was hoping we could skip the whole class thing and get to the welcome back party.
I like that idea. Come on, it's party time!
Am I the only one who cares about studying at this school?
Well, maybe we can hold the party tonight instead.
In that case, we should probably head back to the academy.
the way, Reen, it's nice to have you back.
Thanks. It's good to be back.
I'll never forget those days. The final weeks we spent together as a class are like dazzling jewels forever etched into my memories. I cherished every last moment. I never wanted it to come to an end. But time stops for no one. The minutes and hours kept passing, and our days together were slowly coming to a close. After what happened, Valflame Palace soon returned to its original form. It was almost as if everything that took place there was some sort of dream. People's memories of that day started becoming vague. Many were convinced it was some kind of collective hallucination. That may have been in part a result of the chaotic days that followed, brought about by the Chancellor and Rufus. After the war, the entire country feared that Calvard would invade Crossbell and try to take it for its own. Using that to his advantage, Rufus quickly convinced the nobility to support him, pledged to cooperate with the Chancellor, and in January 1205, the combined forces of both Imperial and Provincial armies invaded Crossbell. Crossbell no longer possessed the weapon of mass destruction that had annihilated Gorelia Fortress. Thanks to that, the city was occupied in a mere day, with no bloodshed. Calvard was quick to react, sending countless airships to try and drive the Imperial forces out. However, between Rufus's leadership and the combined might of the tanks and soldats under his command, they were quickly repelled. As for me, Chancellor Osborne's words became the reality. Valimar and I were heralded as those responsible for Heimdall's liberation, and as the purported hero to the nation, I'd received and accepted a request in February to back up our forces in Crossbell. It was there that I found myself suddenly leading numerous soldats and fighting off the Republican army. Before I knew it, everyone around me was referring to me as the Ashen Chevalier. Time kept flowing, and mid-March came. The month in which Class 7 would finally say their goodbyes.
And that brings our history review right up to the dawn of the modern era. Next week, we'll be covering the 50-year period from the Orbital Revolution up to the present day. We're blowing through this material a lot more quickly than I would otherwise, so try to keep up with your reading. Oh, and Emma and Machias, if you see anyone struggling, try to help them out, okay?
I fully intend to.
Leave it to us. I've got plenty of good reference books on the subject.
That would be very helpful, actually.
Sounds like a pain. Oh well.
I do happen to have a few gaps in my knowledge of the Revolution.
I should be able to help out with the technological side of things if you guys need it.
I'm guessing we're gonna run into that Schmidt guy's name a lot, too.
Well, he was one of the 3 leading disciples of Professor Epstein, so yeah.
It'll feel strange seeing his name in textbooks, knowing how he is in real life.
Yeah, it's kind of amazing to think we were able to meet him, though.
Alright, like I said, I'll be giving a quiz next week on everything we've covered up to now, which means it'll cover quadratic functions, factorizations, sets, logic, and probability. Oh, and if I'm feeling really mean, there might be a little calculus in there. So, study for this one.
That's a lot.
I'm getting depressed just thinking about it.
Sounds more like he's reciting some kind of curse.
It is all material we've covered in class before, you know.
It'll be worth going over the most basic formulas at the very least.
That sums up this lecture on the structure of the stock market in Erebonia. Next week, we will hurry on and study unemployment and inflation problems. You're also going to be taking part in a debate on those issues. So make sure each of you are well prepared.
What kind of debate? A debate. It's when people are divided into groups for and against something, then they argue their viewpoints.
After much consideration, I've decided we will use our remaining time to listen to and enjoy music from all manner of genres, from famous classics to popular modern music. I've gathered records of all kinds for you to enjoy. I even managed to borrow music from a hot new genre like heaving metal, I believe it's called. Oh, I wonder what that sounds like.
Nice work, guys. You poor kids must be exhausted. Feels like all your other instructors are dead set on cramming your brains with as much material as humanly possible.
I want to crawl into a hole and die.
You said it.
Still, this is exactly how we wanted it.
Right. They're doing it for our sake, so I don't mind it so much.
There's no way we could cover everything in class, so it's sweet of them to give us the bullet points while they still can.
It's paying off for us in the long run, yeah, so we owe them a lot.
Forcing you to try and keep up with us is a little unfair of us, though.
Yeah, you're gonna have to do all of this again next year.
Are you sure you're fine with this arrangement?
Of course. This is to my benefit, too. If I get all of this crammed into my head now, maybe I can even come out on top on next year's midterms.
Well, that's some confidence. I wouldn't be surprised if you actually did it, though.
He did pretty well in the midterms this year, too, remember?
I'm probably just being too optimistic.
Nah. I wouldn't say that.
Guess we'll know for sure next year.
Anyway, tomorrow's the day you've all been waiting for. Your next free day. I know you've got enough schoolwork to choke a horse, but try to carve out a little time for your clubs and all that youthful jazz. The forecast for tomorrow is clear blue skies. Might be the perfect chance to sneak off and get into some ooh-la-la with that special someone.
And truly, you teach us all by living your life as a shining counterexample. Spoken like a true lifetime member of the Lonely Hearts Club, instructor.
Hey! I'll have you know that there are plenty of guys who would do anything for a private lesson with yours truly.
But if that many men are interested in you, how come you spend so much time drinking alone in your room?
I think the polite thing to do here is just smile and nod.
If you keep setting your sights on guys like Laura's dad, you might as well just buy a couple cats and get it over with.
It does seem like she's fighting an uphill battle to find a good match.
Just you wait, guys. In 2 weeks, when you see the hordes of chiseled, elegant gents draped over me, we'll see who has the last laugh.
Time really does fly. It's hard to believe our last free day is tomorrow.
Yeah, it felt like we still had more time.
For me, it feels like it's been ages since I last had one.
I suppose it would.
Were you able to rest up at all while you were away?
Not really. It was basically work, work, work the whole time. I did get taken into Crossbell City during what time off I did have, but I can't say I felt very comfortable there.
I'm sure. Indeed. That must have been more painful than anything.
To the people of Crossbell, we Erebonians are aggressors. I can hardly imagine they would welcome us with open arms.
That doesn't sound like it'd stop Lecter from living it up over there, though.
He did take me to a casino once, actually. He won so much, he might as well have been cheating.
Shocking. It always feels like people who like gambling really like it, huh?
So, does anyone have anything planned for our free day? Remember, it's the very last one, so make it count. We wouldn't want to end the day with any regrets.
True enough. Although, I wonder if I'd end the day regretting that it has to end in the first place if we made it too much fun.
I've got so much that I want to do, I'm not sure where to start. I know I want to attend practice, at least.
Oh, same. I've got to go taste test some new dishes for the cooking club, plus Kirsch's has a new menu up, and...
How many stomachs do you have?
Will you be helping the student council tomorrow, Reen?
That's the plan. It sounds like Toa will finish handing all her work over to the others today, but they're bound to be busy. So I thought it'd be nice to take some of it off their hands.
Ah, Reen, ever the reliable gopher.
That's a very you response.
If there's anything we can help with, let us know, okay?
Well, I guess I better get going. I could go straight to the student council room, but it's my first time back in over a month, so it would be nice to take a walk. Maybe I should go and see how Valamar's doing too.
Rean!
Huh? I thought you'd gone off to your club room with Celine. Did you forget something?
No, it's not that. I just wanted to spend a bit more time talking to you. You were away for so long, and I still have so many things I want to talk about with you.
Oh, right. That's fine by me, though. I've still got loads of stuff I want to talk about with you, too.
That being said, it wasn't only talking to you that I missed while you were away. There was, something else.
I think I might know. So, what do you want to talk about?
Anything is fine with me, as long as I'm with you.
Oh.
Hey there, Rain.
Looks like someone's done with class for the day.
Yep, just got out. Wait, is that?
Yep, Angie's brand new bike.
We started building it for you, but then we had a change of heart. I just couldn't tear you away from your current ride after you'd grown so attached.
Now I feel bad, considering I pretty much did just that to you. Your new one's got a pretty cool design, though.
Don't get too jealous. Specs are pretty much the same as yours. Well, before Angie tunes it up and adds her custom gear for distance riding, that is.
But distance riding would mean... You're planning on going off on some big journey, aren't you?
10 points to Rain. I just felt like it was time for me to go out and see the world for myself. My martial arts teacher did the same thing once, so I'm sure it'll be a valuable experience for me. The plan for now is to travel through the entirety of Zemuria.
That's not a very specific plan, and a pretty sizable journey.
You can say that again. I have no idea where she finds the energy.
Oh, really now? Your plan to visit the continent's most famous engineering factories is pretty much exactly the same thing.
You really think so?
I take it you'll be leaving Erebonia for a while too, George?
Seems that way. First stop's the Burl and ZCF. Always wanted to see it. After that, I got my heart set on a trip to the Epstein Foundation over in Lamont State. While I'm at it, I think it'd be nice to pay a visit to the Vern Company in Calvert, too.
Will you even be able to get into Calvert at this point?
Hey, I didn't say it'd be easy. But I think I can pull some strings. The real reason for this trip is to figure out what I can do as an engineer to help smooth over our international relation. Meeting the continent's finest engineers and discussing things with them should really help get the ball rolling on that.
You thought that far ahead. That's really admirable. I hope you can find a way to make that happen. Even though I feel kind of hypocritical saying that, as someone who participated in the war.
Don't beat yourself up over it, Reen.
You have nothing to be ashamed of. That was your only option, given the way the Chancellor set things up. Your actions actually helped us avoid an even longer, more brutal war.
But
Angie's right. You played a role that no one else could have. Just think. If things kept going the way they were going, we could have been at war with all of Crossbell. I don't even want to imagine the number of lives that would have been lost if you hadn't stepped in the way you did.
Of course, us telling you whether or not you should feel guilty doesn't matter. It all comes down to you facing your own feelings over what you did. But there's one thing we'd like you to remember as you do. You're not alone, Reen. You've got friends who understand why you did what you did.
Sometimes I wonder how I was lucky enough to get such good ones. Thanks, you guys. This really helps.
Don't mention it. On a completely different note, why don't you pay Valimar a visit while you're here? You spared no expense making sure he'd be nice and cozy in there.
I think I will, but not to discredit your coziness efforts or anything, but he seems fine no matter where I leave him.
Well, aren't you a sweet chevalier? Maybe I'll check in on him in a bit too.
Hey Valimar, how you holding up?
Relatively comfortably. My ability to self-repair means that maintenance is not mandatory, but I expect it will increase my operating efficiency.
Glad to hear it. This is going to be our new home base for the time being, so you can get in as much maintenance as you need. I'm gonna need you a lot in the days ahead, Valimar.
I will strive to meet your expectations.
Something wrong?
Not as such. I thought I sensed something unusual, but it must have been my imagination.
You really are getting to be scarily human these days, you know. What was it you sensed, though? A person?
I am unsure. It may have simply been a fluctuation of the earth veins below us. Similar fluctuations are hardly abnormal.
Well, if you don't think it's anything worth worrying about, I'll try and put it out of my mind. If you sense anything strange in the future, though, let me know, okay? You can tell me... telepathically was the word, right?
Indeed. I shall use it to inform you should I sense anything is amiss.
Yep, I knew it. No wonder she fell asleep. She must have been really busy getting everything sorted out for the spring. Makes me remember finding her like this over in the computer room. Oh, right. I probably shouldn't look too much or she'll get mad when she wakes up.
George. Rean? What are you doing in my room? Wait. This is the student council room. I must have fallen asleep.
Sorry for coming in without permission. I did knock, though.
Don't worry about it. It's my fault for dozing off like this. Why do you always have to keep finding me like that? I hope you weren't looking at me while I was sleeping again.
I did try to look as little as possible.
Well, if you say so. Is something the matter? You're not looking too well.
No, I'm fine. Maybe the light streaming in through the window is making me look off color? I feel fine, really.
Come with me.
What's this all about?
I know that you're a boy and all, and I do think that you've grown a lot during your year here. No, I probably shouldn't even call you a boy anymore. You're a grown man now, but that doesn't mean you always have to stand and endure everything life throws your way. If it gets too much, it's alright to sit down and let it all out. Whether you're a boy or a grown man doesn't change that. It's okay, Rean.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I promised I'd bring him back. I promised I'd make him graduate with you, but I couldn't do it.
It's okay. You did everything you could. You made sure he knew how we all felt. And you let all of us know how he really felt too. So, don't get so worked up about it. Okay?
I'm sorry. I didn't want anyone to see me like that.
Well, I guess we're even then. Not like I jump for joy every time you catch me sleeping.
Have you finished getting everything ready for the next student council now, by the way?
Yep. My days of being president are almost done. The first years taking over are really smart, though. I barely had to teach a thing in the end.
Still, it must have been hard work getting through it all. You're going on a tour of various NGOs after graduation, right?
Yep. The plan's to take a year to visit NGOs in lots of different fields. Politics, economics, engineering, medicine. After that, I'm not sure what I want to do. I'll probably join either the army or something related to the government, I suppose.
Well, I'm pretty sure they'd both love to have you. There's no chance either one would say no to you, especially since taking a year off hasn't made them any less determined to recruit you. After all you did with commanding the Courageous, it's no wonder you're so in demand.
I don't know. I don't think I did anything special, really. Still, I feel like it'd be best in the long run for me to see the world from a variety of different perspectives. I don't know what path I'll choose, but I want to step onto it with a firm decision on how things should be. I think that's the best thing I can do for this country's future. Maybe I'm being a little overdramatic there, though.
Not at all. After how much you've done for this academy, I can only imagine how much you could do for this country. Just try not to overwork yourself, okay? We're with you all the way, but we will always worry, you know?
Thanks. Oh, I almost forgot. What was it that made you come here? I mean, I'm happy you did, but...
Oh, I'd completely forgotten too. I just came to ask if there was anything I could do to help tomorrow, seeing as it's another free day.
But you've only just come back. And besides, tomorrow's your...
That's all the more reason I want to spend tomorrow's free day the same way I spent all of the others. It wouldn't feel like our final free day is Class 7 if it were any different.
Well, if you say so. Okay. I do have a few things in mind, so I'll just drop them into your mailbox in the dorm like I always do. And thanks for offering. necessary.
Huh?
Sharon?
What reason could you possibly have for being here?
The chairman gave me her permission to return to my former position as your dormitory's caretaker, which means I am here to serve you all once more. There may only be a short time left until the end of the year, but I'll make sure you want for nothing during it. I've already started preparing your evening meal, so there's no need to go out and buy anything.
Oh, well, how about that?
I'm fine with this.
We will gladly accept your offer.
Sharon's cooking's better than whatever grub we could rustle up together anyway. How do you manage to get permission from Mother in the first place, though? Weren't you helping to rebuild the Reinford Group? I thought the company was getting so many orders in, it was struggling to keep up.
Now that Master Gwyn has returned to the company, everything is back in order. He and the chairman have been speeding through one task after another since he got back.
Amazing. Absolutely amazing.
So the former and current chairman make quite a team, I see.
Boy, I'm starving. Wouldn't mind a drink either. With the weather getting warmer, it's just about time for peak beer season. Huh? What are you guys all gathered out here for?
Oh, why are you here?
It's a pleasure to see you too, Lady Sarah. I brought a bountiful supply of smoked oysters and sardines if you'd like a snack to accompany your beer. Would you like them alongside your dinner?
Damn it. Yes.
I'm surprised she can just walk around in public like this. You know, considering her affiliation.
I'm guessing there's some sort of agreement in place between Reinford and the government to leave her alone. Though, even if there weren't, I can't imagine anything would be able to stop Sharon from doing what she wants. Whew, I think I might have eaten too much. It's been so long since we last had Sharon's cooking. She hasn't lost her touch. None of it feels heavy on my stomach at all. Well, that's all my work done for the day. Maybe I should go see how everyone else is doing. Here's Crow's room. I think I'll stay away from it for now. I feel more like going around and talking to everyone. Hey, Machias! Working hard or hard?
I'll stop you right there. Of course I'm hard at work. Just look at the size of this book. If I can't internalize as much of it as possible while I'm here, I'm doomed to failure from the start.
And this is one of your new textbooks? Man, Heimdall's political academies don't mess around, do they? You'll be the youngest person there, right?
Most likely. I'd normally need to have graduated from Thor's with a bit more experience under my belt to have gotten in. There are a few Thor's grads there already, though. They take some every year. And as you might imagine, the recent political upheaval has the place swarming with applicants this year. The entrance exam was hard enough on its own, but that's just the tip of the iceberg.
Can't say I envy you. Still, I know you're going to be just fine. You're so smart that you can handle any subject they throw at you. Growing up with your dad should give you a leg up on the politics, too.
Yeah, no pressure there. Honestly, there are times when I think diving into things head first like this is a giant mistake.
What's wrong?
Oh, it's nothing. It's just... I know we're probably going to both be really busy with our own lives come spring, but let's make time to have lunch together once in a while or something. Okay? Studying is all well and good, but even I need a change of pace every now and again.
I think that can be arranged. The train from here to Heimdall only takes a half hour. I don't see any reason why we wouldn't hang out sometimes.
Then it's a date.
Hey, Elliot. Taking care of your violin?
Yeah. It's taken care of me over the past year, so why not return the favor? I'm actually planning on giving a few of them to the academy before I go, just to make sure next year's first years have something to practice with.
That's really generous, and sure to make a lot of people happy. And you'll finally be heading off to a music academy, just like you always wanted. I bet they'll push you pretty hard over there, too.
I don't doubt it. I'm going to need to be all music all the time if I want to stand a chance at keeping up. Though, to be honest, after all the time I've spent here, I don't really want my life to be completely about music. I love it, obviously, but to be a balanced person, I want to have a bit more variety in my life, like I had here at the academy. For one thing, I don't want to get too rusty with my orbital staff.
Good to hear. I hope everything works out for you.
Thanks. Me too. No, it's nothing. Either way, Heimdall and Trista are really close, so don't be a stranger, okay? I know you're gonna have tons of work to get through between your classes and your missions, but...
Don't worry, I'll make time. I'm sure we'll have plenty of chances to see each other. There's still a ton of Heimdall I haven't seen, too. You'll have to show me around next time I make it over there.
You bet.
Are you finishing up your painting, guys?
Yeah, this is my last one. I want to make sure I'm completely satisfied with it before declaring it finished.
That's understandable. You're going to keep painting once you're back at home, though, right?
Well, I don't know how much time I'll have to set aside for it, but I intend to keep working on it, bit by bit. There's growing reason for concern in Calvert to the east of the Highlands, but all in all, things are more peaceful now than they were. I should be able to focus on painting my magnum opus.
Oh, is it going to be of Nord? If anyone can make a masterpiece of the Highlands, it'd be you.
That wouldn't be such a bad idea, but actually, I was intending to paint a picture of the Academy, its students, and the courageous.
You mean...
Now you're getting it. I want to capture the day we liberated the Academy, and once I've finished it, I fully intend to return to Erebonia with it in hand. What better way to forever memorialize this place as my second homeland?
Man, you really are amazing. Well, if you ever need reference materials, you know who to call. I can get pictures of anything you might need and send them over. I know you're talented, but that's a lot to paint off of just your memory.
I'd appreciate that.
Something on your mind, Eustace?
For the first time in a long time, no. I'm just taking a short break. Looking over an endless sea of documents can be rather tiring on the eyes.
Oh, are those the tax reports you mentioned?
Ordinarily, this would be my father's work, but His Majesty has yet to decide his fate. Rufus hasn't so much as glanced in Berea Hard's direction since he took his new job in Crossbell either. As such, the task falls to me.
Man, I knew everyone in our class had it pretty rough right now. You've got it roughest. No contest.
If my ego had its way, I would boast that filling in for my father is a simple and mundane task. But on top of the paperwork, I'll need to manage the provincial army and oversee the province as a whole. Then there's the matter of keeping the most stubborn of the nobility in check. I don't expect the first 6 months to be pleasant.
The fact that you're already thinking 6 months ahead is pretty impressive as it is. Standing in for Duke Alberea like that must take some real confidence. I know you'll manage, though.
That much is obvious.
What is it?
It's nothing. In the days to come, more people will be relying on you than ever before. But no matter who does so or what they ask, do not lose your pride as a noble. Act independently, your head held high. Maintain your pride and your autonomy, and I'm sure you'll be fine.
Thanks, I promise I will.
I'll hold you to that.
What's up, Milliam?
Oh, hey, Reen. It's nothing. I just feel kinda down.
Down?
Yeah. I was just thinking about how everyone was at dinner time. Sharon's food was really nice, and we all seemed like we were having a good time. But I don't know. It was weird, like we were all upset but didn't want to let it show. It's been bugging me.
Oh, so that's why. You really have grown so much these past few months, and not just mentally. I think you've gotten a little taller, too.
Maybe. About 2 rage or so? Judging by my specs, I'm not gonna get much taller than this, though. I'm Mini Milliam forever and ever, but you never know. Maybe I'll grow up to have boobies so big, I can use them as a shelf like Emma's. Something wrong?
Nah, not really. So, you've got a new mission starting next month, right?
Yep, I've gotta go see how things are over out west. Duke Cayenne's been arrested, but it sounds like things are still pretty nuts over there. Oh, but guess what? I might get to go out to Liberl and Remiferia soon.
What is it with you and blabbing classified information? Well, whatever. Just promise me you'll take care of yourself. Be sure to keep in touch. I'll always be right there when you need me, okay?
Righto, I promise. That goes double for you, mister. If you need me to bust you out of a jam, just say the word.
Something on your mind, instructor?
You could say that. I've been mulling over how things are going to be come next month. But all this soul-searching's giving me a headache.
Well, it'll probably feel strange being back with the guild for the first time in 2 years. And I'd bet they'll be glad to have you back. Things are probably going to be rough over there. Even with you taking up the bracer life again.
No doubts there. I can already see plenty of traveling abroad in my future after what happened over in Crossbow. And I imagine it'll keep getting harder and harder for us bracers to operate here, too. What's with that sad puppy look? There's no reason for you to feel ashamed of what you've chosen to do. I'm proud to have a student like you who can stand up and make the tough choices life thrusts on us.
I'll try to just grin and bear it for now.
Attaboy. Sticking it out through the hard times with a smile will put you on the fast track to becoming a great man. Just make sure you don't try to shoulder too much. All that'll do is turn you into a jaded grump. Everything in moderation, okay?
Thanks. I haven't joined the intelligence division, and I have no plans to. I'm gonna keep responding to their requests, but only if I'm comfortable doing what they're asking. And I can promise you, I'll never do anything that would put me in conflict with the guild or put innocents' lives at risk. I don't know what the future will bring for me, but that's the creed I want to stand by.
I know. Don't worry. No matter what happens, you'll always be my student. So go out there, live your life, and grow into such a heartthrob that I won't be able to take my eyes off you.
Well, I'll try. Are those seeds you got there?
Yep, Adel gave them to me. They all came from the plants we grew in the gardening club. I'm just looking at what kinds there are here.
Really? That's really nice of her. It's kind of like you can take everything you've achieved over the past year with you.
Yeah, I wasn't even going to join a club until Adel found me relaxing and invited me, but I guess it wasn't so bad.
Don't you worry. I'll be sure to check on the gardening club every once in a while just to see how things are going. It would be a shame if all the plants you've spent so long looking after were to wither and die.
It doesn't matter. Even if they do, they'll eventually bloom again somewhere else, kind of like us.
When you put it that way, I suppose you're right. What's wrong?
Nothing. This one and this one should be okay too.
What are these for?
They're the easiest ones to look after. You can try raising them if you want. Don't worry if they wilt or anything though. When I've found the others from Zephyr, I'll come back and check if they're still blooming. If they are, you get a pat on the head.
Hey, I thought the head rubbing was my job. I'll give it my best shot. Feeling sad about leaving the lacrosse club behind?
Yeah, I was really into it by the end. I think it'll make for some wonderful memories to look back fondly on in the years to come.
I can imagine. Does that mean you're not going to keep up with lacrosse in Ruhr?
I don't think I'll be able to. As far as I'm aware, there aren't any local teams I could join. And even if there were, I doubt I'd have the time for sports. Just thinking about how busy I'll be makes my head spin. No, scratch that. Being busy is all the more reason I need to make time for exercise.
Yeah, good luck with that. Helping out with the Rhineford group sounds like a recipe for one all-nighter after another.
Not just yet, actually. I won't be helping until Grandfather shows me the ropes. As I am now, I doubt I'll be able to do much at all in the way of rebuilding the company. But you can bet I'll leave Mother speechless with how much progress I've made in a year's time.
I'm sure you can if you put your mind to it. And I know Sharon will always be willing to help you out if you need her.
She probably would, but then she'd just tell everything she did to Mother.
Elisa?
Don't worry about it. I was just thinking about how blessed I am. I've got a wonderful family, a great club I'm part of, all of you as my classmates.
Oh, right. It took me a long time to realize the same thing, too. We really are one and the same.
Yeah.
Elisa?
It's nothing, honestly. I'm just feeling a bit emotional all of a sudden. I don't know what's gotten into me. Nothing's wrong, though. I promise.
But...
Still, let's both make the most of our free day tomorrow. It's the last one we'll ever have as a class. The last thing any of us want to do is end it with regret.
Yeah. Agreed. Let's make it a day to remember for both of us. What are you looking at, Laura?
It's you, Rean. I'll show you.
Oh, you and Monica got a picture taken together? You both look so happy in it, too.
That we do. Someone in the photography club kindly offered to take it for us. I thought it would make a fine souvenir of my time at the academy to take away with me.
My mirror's on that being Rex. Oh well, it's a nice photo, and he got permission. For once. I never expected you and Monica would get so close. Between her and Fee, you kind of have a knack for becoming the best of friends with the ones you bump heads with first.
Please don't say that. I'm truly grateful to both of them for broadening my horizons. Meeting them enriched my life in ways I could have never pictured before. Truly, coming to this academy was one of the best decisions I've ever made.
I didn't realize we'd made such a big impact on you.
Well, you did. And don't mind me, I'm just feeling a little emotional. This isn't like me at all now, is it? There's no harm in a few tears, I suppose. This will be my last time I can relax before my training, after all.
Yeah, you're not gonna get much rest in with the training you've got lined up.
I won't be learning the Arcade School's advanced techniques with training any less intense. I have no idea where we'll be conducting said training, but it will no doubt be as perilous as it will be dangerous.
I had to spend a month in the Isengard range as part of mine. I don't think a month's going to cut it with what you're doing, though. It goes way beyond your average techniques.
Indeed. I'm anticipating that it will take at least half a year, if not more. Father's going to be with me. But with things as difficult as they are, part of me feels guilty for taking up his time.
I don't know about that. I think him agreeing to train with you shows how much faith he has in your potential. Besides, in a lot of ways, this might be the best time to do it.
That is very true.
What's wrong?
Nothing at all. Regardless, I'd love to come and visit you should the opportunity present itself. And if it does, I'd like to formally request a duel with you to test how much the two of us have grown.
Let's not kid ourselves. We both know who's going to win that duel. But your invitation is all the motivation I need to get plenty of training in myself. Can't have you beating me too badly.
I hope you will.
Emma? What are you doing?
Oh, hi there, Rean. Well, Dorothy and I decided that we're gonna put together one final collection of stories as a club. Since then, I've been working on a story for the students who will join the club next year.
Oh, that sounds neat. Wait, if Dorothy's involved...
The content is totally appropriate for children of all ages, I assure you. Admittedly, Dorothy's own story sounds like it'll have a few of her favorite literary elements, but all in moderation, she assured.
Not that I'm one to judge. So what kind of story is it?
It's supposed to be a fairy tale. I can't pretend it's 100% original, though. I borrowed some elements from a story I heard as a child. It's going to star a golden unicorn and a pure-hearted maiden. Or at least, that's the plan.
Sounds interesting. Can I give it a read when you're done? I'll still be here next year, so if I see any first years who seem like they'd enjoy it, I'll recommend it to them.
I have to confess, I'm a little embarrassed to let anyone see it, but the whole point of a story is to be read. I was talking it over with Celine, and she seems to agree that there's no real need to worry about Vita's safety. Even for a witch, she was always incredibly powerful, more than capable of looking after herself. So, if I were to stay here an extra year, then start searching for her after that...
Emma, we talked about this, right? As much as I'd like you to stick around, I think it's better to take care of the opportunities that won't wait. You only get one life to live. You have to make the most of it, instead of feeling obliged to hold back for someone else's sake. That's as true for me and all our other classmates as it is for you.
I suppose you're right. It's clear that something's still happening beneath the surface here in Erebonia. Something not even Vita had foreseen. And I'd bet anything it involves the Divine Knights and the mysteries surrounding them. I want to discover the truth behind those mysteries, and I want to see Vita again. That's how I feel deep down. And that's what I think should be my purpose going forward. But that's not the most important reason I need to head out on that journey. The most important thing to me in the world is still you, Rean, and I want to uncover the truth of the Divine Knights for your sake, just as much as for myself. After all,
The legends surrounding them have been at the heart of so much of the trouble we've had to endure. That's why I'll get to the bottom of this and come back with the answers you deserve. Until then, stay safe and be well.
Thanks. I will. And the same goes for you. I'll be looking forward to the next time I see your... Oh, there you are. You look bored, Celine.
I guess I am. My work's done at this point. I feel like I aged a few decades as soon as the war came to an end.
Come on now.
Feels a bit strange to be saying it after the fact, but you fought pretty well over in Crossbell. You've really mastered piloting Valimar.
I'd like to think so anyway. I feel like I could pull off just about anything with him now. And to think, I couldn't do half as much with him when I was first starting out.
You do realize you just admitted you were totally useless, right? I wonder if you're gonna be okay without us, you know? Valimar must have drawn the short straw to end up with a budding awakener like you.
Thanks for worrying about me all the time, Celine.
Excuse me, what makes you think I was worried about you?
Just about everything. From what I can tell, you've always worried about me. Back in the beginning, when I didn't know anything about piloting, you were always there to guide me through our battles. I doubt I would have ever come this far if you didn't have my back. So, thank you. For all of it.
Why do you always have to be like this? I feel for Emma. I really do.
I was just trying to thank you, you know. I didn't have any ulterior motives for doing it.
Then don't make it sound like you do. I swear, if you ever hurt her, I'll never forgive you. There are parts of the legends passed down in the clan that not even Emma and I know about. But just bear this one thing in mind. Divine Knights have incredible power, and they can become devils just as easily as they can become gods.
Don't worry, I know. And I won't forget. Anyone in my position needs to know the difference between right and wrong. I'm well aware of that.
That's fine then. Anyway, good luck, I guess. If you really need it, I can always come and help out.
Oh, good evening, Master Rean. I thought you had already retired for the evening. How would you like for me to put together some supper?
I appreciate the offer, but I think I've eaten more than I should have as it is. Your cooking really is delicious, Sharon. I was starting to miss it after not having it for so long.
It was my pleasure to cook for all of you again. So I pulled out all the stops with this one. Seeing all of you happily indulging my handiwork always makes every second of preparation worth it. Is something the matter, Master Rean?
Oh, I was just thinking about how you haven't changed a bit. I'm not sure it's my place to ask, but is everything alright over at Ouroboros? I can't help but wonder after how things turned out. Vita seems really shocked.
I'm afraid I haven't a clue. No word of what's been happening in the society has reached my ears since then. I have no idea where the second Anguis is now, nor do I know what happened regarding the Phantasmal Blaze plan after the Chancellor declared he was taking it over. And quite frankly, none of it is my concern. The answers won't change who I am, and it won't suddenly cause me to shift priorities. I am and always will be a proud maid of the Reinford family, not because of the freedom we enforcers are granted, but because that is simply who I am. Much like how you being the Ashen Chevalier doesn't change how you are also a proud member of Class 7.
I suppose you're right.
And no matter what happens to you in the future, never lose sight of who you really are. It's almost time for me to return to Ruhr, but should you ever need me again, I will gladly rush to your side.
Thank you, Sharon. I'm glad you can stay here for a while longer.
You're all going to be in for some tough times ahead. I can't go any farther now. But you can. So keep going forward.
Crow's final words changed our path forever. No. It's more like they gave us the encouragement we needed to step onto the right one. We only get one life, and we're the only ones who can live it. Thanks, Crow. I might not be leaving the Academy to pursue some noble goal like the others are, but I'll do what I can here. Although, if I have to keep taking time off for trips like that one to Crossbell,
can kiss my attendants goodbye. Well, I can try to make it so I'll never be in danger of repeating a year. Unlike a certain someone.
In finance, the annexation of Crossbell has seen shares in Erebonian companies increase at an exponential rate across the board. And despite the Reinford Group announcing sweeping changes to its board members, its strong forecast for the next fiscal year is...
It's time for the start of a brand new program here on Radio Trista, coming at you promptly every Sunday. I call it Aubin Time, after the word for evening. Might be a little cliched, but sometimes simple is best, right? Clichés are clichés for a reason, after all. Anyway, my name is Misty, and I'll be your host.
This is you, isn't it, Rean? Yes, it's me. Sorry for calling you like this so late in the evening. I'm not bothering you, am I? Yes, I wasn't going to, but Her Highness insisted. It'll take some getting used to, but it's nice to be able to hear your voice even when you're so far away. I didn't have any specific reason for calling. It was just that the letter you sent about your return from Crossbell arrived today. Oh, please don't apologize. I know how busy you must be now. Believe me, I was just happy to hear you were back safe and sound. Your trip must have been exhausting. By the sound of things, you did an excellent job, too. I'm so proud of you, Rean. If you say so. No, not at all. Regardless, now that I've heard your voice, I feel a lot better. So I'll leave you to enjoy the rest of your night now. Oh, there's no need for that. Good night, Rean. Sweet dreams.
catch. Now that's a catch. That's a catch. Whoa, this is a big one.